Hi, welcome to my kitchen. My name's Sue and this is Sue Maree P. Many of my viewers know I've been experimenting with teff flour. It's a naturally gluten-free grain from Ethiopia and I've been doing it for a project. This is my one of my recipes I developed for my project that I did for a small uni course, and it's my teff seed crackers that are naturally gluten-free, and I add sesame seeds and sunflower seeds. So if you'd like to see how to make this gluten-free seed cracker, come with me and let's see. So if you don't have any teff in the cupboard, you could probably use something like a buckwheat. I haven't tested it yet, but they're really similar in texture, so I'm assuming it'll probably be just as good. So grab a bowl and we're going to add everything into the bowl. So I've just got my notes on my computer. I've got 150 grams of teff flour, which is approximately 1 cup. To lighten the flavour and texture of the cracker, I'm adding some tablespoons, 4 tablespoons of tapioca. You could also swap that out for corn flour, arrowroot flour, something like a starchy grain, or potato flour. I'm going to add some spice, fennel seeds. These taste amazing with it. We have a teaspoon of fine salt. I've got some flaky salt to put on just before I bake it. In here I've got untoasted sesame seeds, 70 grams. I'll also add a few other measurements above, and I've got some sunflower seeds, 20 grams. I also tried this when I was testing it with pumpkin seeds, and it was great, but this I thought was even better. I think the finer seeds just helped keep it all together. And in this jug, I've got some boiling water from the kettle. I'm just going to mix this around before I pour the boiling water on. So all you do is mix it all together. Comes together really simply. Whoops! Except don't splash it or flick it on yourself like I just did. I forgot to say, pop some oil into the boiling water. So that's 2 tablespoons of oil, and I've got 200 grams of the boiling water. And I just mix it all together, and hopefully I've done it right today. And if you think, oh no, Sue, mine's looking different. My flour is slightly different and it's a bit too sloppy. You could add a little bit more flour, or if it's too dry, you can add a little bit more water. So what we'll do, first of all, we're going to let it rest, because what happens when it rests, the flour swells within the water and it becomes a little bit more together. So it's like a sloppy dough now. I'll let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes. Let's come back and check it, and if I think I need a little bit more flour, we'll add it then. We need to preheat the oven at 170 degrees C with a fan. I'll pop some other temperatures above. So I've had mine heating up, that's nice and warm. Let's just check what our dough is doing. It looks pretty good. I'm not going to add any more flour to that. I think it'll roll nicely. In saying that, I might actually just add 1 more tablespoon of the teff flour, which I've got some here. Mix that through, because we don't use any flour when we're kneading it, we just roll it out. Yeah, we want it to get into like a nice ball that it will roll without splitting. So next thing is grab some baking paper or wax paper. I find it easier just to do it in the paper. And I'm going to divide this and just do half at a time. I found it so much easier to roll just half thinly. The first time I tried it, I did it trying to roll all of it and it didn't really work. I had really fat crackers and it was oozing out the side of the paper. And then grab another sheet of paper, squish it down a little bit with your hands, and then just grab a rolling pin and roll it as thinly as you can make it. I'm going to zoom you in so you can have a look, and I'll move this so I don't knock it. And it doesn't have to be a perfect shape, but you just do it by eye. And then you can see here, we've got a really nice thin layer. So what I'm going to do is peel this one off. Actually, before I do that, grab your large baking tray and slide the biscuits or the dough onto there, and grab that first top layer off. If you've gone over on the paper, like I have there, you can just kind of like squish it back in a little bit. Be fine. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of extra sea salt to put on top. You can also add extra seeds, but I'm just going to do it this way. I'll bake this for 15 minutes and then I'm going to bring it out and slice it so it's easier to break up later. So the timer just went off for 15 minutes and I'm just going to slice through my crackers. Just got my little pizza wheel here and I'm just doing kind of 3 pieces, and you can be a bit more precise. Mine are just kind of a little bit more haphazard today. But if you want perfectly square ones, you can just cut off the sides. I'm going to bake this again for another 15 minutes. This month, I'm offering a free digital ebook of my latest Teff Love project. It's a little cookbook I've handwritten. It's got 7 different Teff recipes. For any new members that sign up to my website and newsletter at sumareep.com, you'll receive a free digital copy of this, which is a PDF file. Any existing members, please email me at sumareep@gmail.com. So my crackers are all cooked. This is the first tray, and then this is my second tray. I didn't end up cutting it with the roller. I'm just going to break it with my hands into pieces, a bit more freeform. I'm going to try a little bit. I really love the taste of these. And for some reason today my crackers curled on the ends. I'm not sure why that happened, because it didn't happen on my other test bakes. Give it a go and let me know in the comments below if you like it, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up, share it with a friend, and don't forget, if you want a copy of my Teff ebook, remember to jump over to sumareep.com and subscribe to my newsletter, or if you're already subscribed to my newsletter, send me an email. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.